Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
I'm perfectly positioned listening to this podcast while perusing things. So it's me, it's James. You may wonder why I've been doing that, why I've been using those specific words. Because Gemma was kind enough to get me a lovely present, as I have reached decrepitism in age, of a microphone cover that has cut out all the horrible, weird things that cause distortion. So I should be crystal clear for this episode.
Fingers
Thank you
crossed.
for this, Gemma. Yes.
You're well.
Fingers crossed. Well, so far, things have been all right, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely fingers crossed. And it was more a gift for me than it was to you.
Yeah. They're the best sort of gifts that you buy a gift for someone when in reality it's a gift that you've actually bought for yourself. They're the ones we like the most.
Yeah, so on recent episodes, Salty Tadpoles, you may have heard that James's audio has been cutting out a little bit or going pop, 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 pop when he goes B or P words and stuff like that. So fingers crossed, this will solve that.
What a bounder. Yeah, hopefully it will not be a problem. It doesn't sound like it's been one so far when you've listened, so I shall keep little fingerinos crossed.
Yeah, well, we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. Yeah. I'll let you know.
If I get a message that just goes, yeah, I wonder it hasn't worked.
I'll just be like, the word perfect popped a little bit. Which I think it did slightly, actually, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Damn. Well, we'll try and reduce the use of the word perfect. But that's because I go quite a lot when I'm doing it, but we'll try perfect. Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? We'll have to reduce certain word usage.
Yeah, it might actually be that. It might just be the fact that you're not saying perfect, you're just going perfect.
Yeah, it could be that. That could be it. You could have found the entire cause of the problem. It's my terrible enunciation.
Bloody voiceover actor my arse.
It's shocking, isn't it? You know, people we've had on have said to me, "You've got such a nice voice, it sounds great," but in reality, Gemma just wants to beat me to death with a frozen halibut.
Yes, I do, absolutely. And you've got an amazing voice and whatnot, but sometimes the editor has to take credit for some of those amazing moments. You know what I mean? So, James, how have you been, other than assuming you've had the horrible boiling hot weather like I've had? So, I'm hot today.
It has been warm, but it's not been too horrendous when I've been out. And I've got to be honest, it's going to get worse, I think, as the week goes on. Yeah. I have yet to understand what levels we're going to be hitting. If there is if I make some weird noises, I apologise, people. It will get edited out. I was just moving the old stand. It's not been bad. We're up to, according to the old computer, on 20 degrees. I think we're going to hit 25 towards the end of the week, but I think you've been on higher than that even now. Yeah.
Just to point out as well, if there's any slight background noise like birds tweeting or anything like that, or people in cars driving past, I have got my bedroom window open at the moment, so I do apologise if the audio sounds crappy, and hopefully it won't, but because often I say that and then it's perfectly fine. But yeah, here at the moment, and it's 7:00 at night, it's 24 degrees and it's been 27 in during the day, and I have been sweltering. So yes, I've actually got t-shirt and shorts on at the moment, and I hate getting my legs out, so only because of how white they are, because they're literally like bathe them in milk kind of white, but yeah, today, it wasn't going to happen.
So basically it's as white as the table at Scarface's place of business.
Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, when it gets warmer and warmer, this is where the beauty of a podcast comes into place, because we can basically, if needs be, just sit in our underwear and no one will be any the wiser. Until, because we've already done the video episode that I understand has been well received, until we change and it becomes Codswallop After Dark.
Well, James, I didn't want to tell you right now, but I'm actually nude.
Yes, excellent. Here we are, OnlyFans, money spinner.
What do you mean I shouldn't have my camera on? Oh, click, click, click. No, I'm definitely not. That wouldn't be a good view for me personally. So no. So you've had a birthday, haven't you, Mr. James?
Yes. So I have I am officially middle age, but as I was pointing out I am 40.
Well, if you die at 80, you're going to be middle age anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, it made me think of an episode of Frasier I watched actually around either on my birthday or around the time of my birthday, where he says, I am not old, I am middle aged. Because he's like 44, and Niles' response to Frasier is, yes, but you're banking on the fact you'll make it to 88. And I thought, yep, I can understand that. But yeah, I had a birthday, and it was a bit weird on my birthday, because I was on my own. But don't cry for me, salty tadpoles. It all worked out okay, because I was sent a load of lovely presents by Gemma, because she's that good. I have started drinking lots of coffee that she sent to me, and she even sent me coffee that was specifically made as like a charity thing for firefighters. Now, I hoped by drinking this coffee, I would turn into Kurt Russell, but instead, I've turned into a Dalmatian. But, you know...
I thought you were going to say I've turned into Kurt Cobain instead.
No, I've turned into a Dalmatian. Yeah, sitting the shotgun in the old potting shed sort of thing. No, I've turned into a Dalmatian. So I'm scratching behind my ear with my leg and howling at the moon.
Oh, well, that's good. At least it's had the effect that it's supposed to have.
Yes, it is actually incredibly nice coffee. So thank you for that, Gemma.
Good.
The Mexican variant was a bit weak. The Ethiopian variant was good. And the stuff that's done specifically for the firemen is really good coffee. I like it.
Yeah, because it came with because there was a Ming one that I brought you, which was the Jamaican one, wasn't it? Which I knew you liked.
I'm saving that one.
Yeah, those other two actually came with it, so as a like trial kind of thing.
Taste scent, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't pick those myself. But they came in the box. So I was like, "Ooh, wow, give it a whirl,"
Well, what you've also got me into doing is normally I just buy the coffee that's already ground, but you got me beans, and I've got to say it's because I've got a coffee grinder. It's pretty easy to do. It's it actually probably produces a nicer coffee because you're doing it there and then and getting it fresh. So beans is the future.
Beans, the musical fruit. The more you drink, the more you toot.
Well, I mean, I just don't. Well, I've not noticed tooting yet. Lack of sleep, definitely.
Well,
as ever.
I mean, to be fair, that could be just because you're on caffeine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
To be fair, that could be just me normally, but I would say thank you. Seriously, thank you for the wonderful presents. I got great gifts. I got a sing along.
You did?
From both Gemma and a mother.
Yep.
And I kind of, I got nice cards off people. I got a nice message, had a nice chat with my dad and other family members. And I was kind of thinking that was it. I knew me and Dad were going to celebrate on a later date, but I thought that would be it. That'd be it. That's the sort of thing. Little did I know. But we're going to get to that in a minute. So my week so far is going okay. Yours, is it going okay, Gemma, other than the sweltering heat?
Yep. Well, it's just gone down a degree going by my computer, so it's it feels ever so breezy now.
It's either that or the CPU has started to melt.
Yeah, absolutely. This week's been fine. So was last week. I haven't really done anything in particular, to be completely honest. Just sort of a couple of days in the office, which has been all right. Made people laugh, I do that by accident some of the time. I make myself laugh all the time.
It's like insanity, isn't it? You just sit in the room laughing to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, for the rest of this week, though, I'm working from home. So up until next Thursday. So that's actually quite nice. Actually, when I think about it as well, because James is going to have to be out next week for sort of personal reasons, or personal reasons. So what we've decided is that because I'm feeling a little bit tired and a little bit burnt out at the moment with everything going on, that I am going to take the week off as well. So we're not going to release an episode next week, just to give us a little break, really. Obviously, James is going to be off doing other things as well, but you know, I did contact Andy and I said, "Oh, Andy, would you be free?" And he was happy to do it and whatnot, but I had to just turn around to him today and I said, "I'm really sorry, I can't. You know, I need a week off. You know, just to recharge your batteries, sort of thing." So
Gemma forgot to mention the first part of the conversation with Andy, which was, "Who is this? How did you get my number?"
Well, yeah, I mean, I said that to him. Definitely, I did. Yeah.
Who are you people? How did you get my number? Prank call.
Actually, I haven't, because we're not really going to do Codswallop this week because I haven't really got anything in particular, but I have to say that all these Facebook hackings that are going on right now.
I've noticed, I mean, touch wood, it's not happened to me yet, but I've seen a lot of people I've seen it where definitely it's people who have been hacked. I've been like, I'm getting requests, people I already know.
Yeah.
This is clearly not legit. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they're posting up things that it's so different to what they would normally post up. Like Bob Christian, unfortunately, has just been hacked as well. And he's got it all sorted, which is brilliant. But his was a post about Elon Musk saying, "Oh, if you only..."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Something along the lines of, as little as £200, you know, however much. I'm like, as little as? Come on now.
I opened it, looked, and it was like, yeah, this is bullshit, and just closed it.
Well, there you go. You're hacked now. So
I would certainly hope not.
No, I don't think it works quite like that, but I'm not sure. So, but yeah, just keep an eye on it, maybe. But
if you get any message off me, people, where I'm trying to sell you Bitcoin, it's bullshit, because Bitcoin in itself is bullshit, and I would not send you anything. Bitcoin has now dropped, 70% sort of thing? It's gone into free fall.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. I have even no idea what Bitcoin is, other than one of the words is coin, and I understand what a word of coin is.
If you bought heavily into Bitcoin, you're probably a bit buggered. But we digress.
Well, I hope no salty tadpoles have actually done that, but there you go.
I would hope not.
So I want to know, because I know that there's a story brewing. And
there is.
I want to know all about it.
Speaking of brewing, I'm sat drinking as we speak a cup of the aforementioned firefighting coffee. Is it that good?
What was it called again?
I have no idea. It just says, all I can remember, I think it's called something Alarm or something.
No.
All I remember is you put a note on that said, this is, to the local firefighters, a charity.
Yeah. While James is talking, I'm just going to have a quick look at what it's actually called so that people can, have a look.
So I'm going to set the scene as best I can for people. So went to see Dad. And we, the general rub was we would celebrate my birthday late, which was great. And as part of it, Lyndon, who has been on the show, Lyndon and his wife Jen, two people I used to work with, were very nice and said, "Can come over for a meal, and we'll have an Indian meal, and we'll have a lovely sit down. Be me and me down, we'll celebrate and da-da-da."
Yeah.
Great. Looking forward to it. Lyndon also wants to come on the podcast in the future to discuss when the sequel is better than the original. Anyway, so.
Okay. Just quickly before you move on, because otherwise I might forget, the coffee is called Frontline.
That's
so there you
the
go.
stuff. Excellent. Yeah. So it's named after a flea treatment. Even better.
Even better. And they did have some another thing as well. They did have some hot sauces, but I couldn't work out how to ship them to you because they're in a glass bottle. But how to ship them to you without them sort of smashing. And I didn't want anything else to get covered in hot sauce. So anyway, back with your story. Sorry.
So we go to Lyndon's house. It's wonderful. He says, right, so. But prior to this, I'd said to my dad, I think we're going to have an Indian meal. And Lyndon and me going about getting all the ingredients and things. And my dad said, interesting. I thought we're having a barbecue. So we get to the house and I'm, we were all talking, and he says, we're not having an Indian meal, we're having a barbecue. And I turned to my dad and said, did you know about this? And he went, no. Anyway, so we go outside. It's a nice evening because he didn't, prior to this, Linda had said to me, my barbecue broke and I'm looking to buy a new one. And he goes, well, actually, I've got a new barbecue. I hadn't been entirely honest with you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So we're all outside chatting, having a drink and whatnot. And he presents me have an alcoholic drink, which I haven't had for ages, and a glass that has the Breakfast Club on it, 'cause it's one of my favourite films. Lovely gift.
Yeah. That is awesome, actually. Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully I'm getting the order right. Anyway, so we're sat there chatting, and suddenly I hear the side gate going, and I turn, and it's Ben Buckley, who's been on the podcast, and his partner Zara coming to see me. So I was like, wow, great giving them hugs, and we're there, and it's all people I've worked with in the past. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
We're all sat around. And one of the things that, obviously, about the Home Not Alone prank that was pulled on me, and Linda he'd moved into this new house and he's been doing it up, and he's been very much trying to keep it in the style of what the house is. So it's a 1930s house, so he's going for 30s and 40s style. And one of the things he'd done is decked out the bedroom more in furniture of the time that matched it. And he'd seen me down here, he'd come to visit me, and he'd got an old chair from the antique shop.
Okay.
So he said, I want to show you how I've decked the bedroom out and the chair. And he also told me there was a bit of a concern he had that he thinks the chair could be haunted because one of the doors keeps opening and closing itself, which has not happened. And, Jen saying she thinks this is unlikely. But he says to me and my dad, do you want to come and look at the stuff? And they're like, yeah, I'm interested. Dad's interested. So he says, right, you can go first. So I'm going upstairs. And he says, right, I want to see what you think of it. And he has his phone in his hand. And I thought, is something going to happen here? So I walked in the room, and it's really nice 30s and 40s furniture. And I'm taking it in. And I turn, and there's someone sat in the chair reading a newspaper. And I looked, and my first comment was, why is there a man sat in the chair?
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm looking, and I can be absolutely honest, my first thought was, oh, please don't be a mannequin. Again, after the first time, but I looked at the hands, I'm like, those are human hands. And this voice says, is there anyone who can do an estate inspection? Paper comes down, and it's Steve I used to work with.
Oh.
So he's there to surprise me. I go and give Steve a big hug. And then another voice behind me, and it's Simon I used to work with. So he's come to surprise me, I give him a big hug. And then the thing is, I'd not taken on board what was on the paper, and it's a picture of me from when it had been snowing that I'd taken, and in big bold letters it says, middle-aged man fooled again. And yet again, he's done it to me again.
Oh, but that's lovely though, isn't it?
It is so good what he did. And it was so nice to see them all and chat with them and catch up with them. And he even said to me how he'd been dropping hints saying, like, when the sequel's better than the original.
Yeah. I mean,
but it was just...
I was going to say, though, the only thing is that he never asked me. I mean, that would have been the ultimate.
Well, that would have been, yeah.
I mean, come on, Lyndon.
Yeah, he had an outside storage here, and I kept saying, is someone going to suddenly burst out of that? It was incredibly nice. The food was brilliant. The whole experience, it was, I didn't cry, but there was a moment where emotionally it did hit me, but I held it all together. It was great. And it's illustrative that both Gemma and my other friends know me well because I get gifts of coffee.
Yes.
But I also got stuff that was inscribed and another thing was inscribed about the tall man on a glass. You got me a Phantasm card. He got me a Phantasm glass. It's for the tall man. Yeah, brilliant. All of the people who've got me things, friends, family, etc., have got me wonderful gifts. But that was a phenomenal event, and I think we're gonna have to get Lyndon on to discuss this.
Yeah.
How the hell he pulls this stuff together is beyond me. This one was pretty less difficult The first one. But the thing that I want to say to all the salty tadpoles is this. As soon as it happened, I text Gemma to say, he's done it to me again.
Yeah. I just went back saying, have you been pranked again, have you?
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't know anything about it, so otherwise I'd have been there.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The predictive text, as soon as I put home in, responds with not alone.
It's funny, isn't it? I don't know if it's an iPhone that you've got or an Android phone, obviously, at least anyway. But yeah, it is funny with the predictive text that, it's like always like it's quite handy now because I've written talking codswallop so much that anytime I write talking now, it just automatically comes up with codswallop. So I just press it. But it's a right pain in the ass though when I'm trying to actually write the word talking without it, because then it comes up with mid-sentence with a capital T and it's like, no, not this time.
It was, you're right, but the whole thing was amazing. And the whole thing, the things I've received from you, the things I've received from them.
Yeah.
What I will say is that it's something that, with all the problems I've had of late in life, things that have happened, health, etc., you learn who your real friends are. You learn against, the reality of fair weather friends against real friends. And I cannot thank you. I cannot thank Lyndon, Jen, Ben, Zara, Steve, Simon, my dad as well, because, obviously he's always been there for me. The day after, I got to see my friends Ben and Luke, who I've known Ben since I was, 6. I've known Luke since I was 11. Ian, my friend Ian, who, has always been there and get in contact with me. Thank you to all these people, and I will have definitely missed people out. I'm terrible on that, but a big, big thank you for the people who've, both friends and family, who've celebrated my birthday with me, because it's a momentous, year in theory. Yeah. For these people for just being there for me, because it does mean an awful lot. I'm probably not always appreciative as I should be, but to everyone, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, at least this year I knew when it was, because it was the first year that I actually knew when your birthday was. So,
Well, you got me some wonderful gifts. And
it's fine.
I like the way you said to me, though, don't expect this every year. This is catch up.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 3 years worth of gifts. No, I'm a little bit shocked though. You didn't even mention the Batman toy. You know what I mean?
It's all right. It's all right. The Batman toy's there. It's wonderful. I mean, the only problem is that my addiction is getting worse to both DC and caffeine, and soon I'll be grinding the beans. When I talk about grinding the beans and making drink, I might as well start snorting them.
Yeah. Do you know what was really annoying? Because there was something that I really wanted to get you, but it was only available in America, and that's why it didn't happen. But there was, and also because you posted a picture saying that you'd already got something. But I was going to get you a coffee machine that was actually Batman themed. So, like it was all decked out in like Batman sort of colours and whatnot. And it was all, the logos and stuff on there. Because you said about getting getting a second one, didn't you, for your office? But yeah. And then you got one anyway. So
it's a wonderful gesture and idea. But I think what would happen, as does with a lot of imports, is you could buy something that's say worth $20 and spend about £500. Yeah. Trying to get it into the country.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I also remembered about the fact that it would have been a different plug and stuff like that as well. So I was just like, nah, it's fine. I'll just leave that idea.
But enough of my mushiness. Thank you all. You are all greatly appreciated. And I'm not crying, I promise. I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not. Because most people who would know me, I would be wavering, but I'm not. No, it's great. Absolutely wonderful. I am caffeinated to the point of no return. It's great.
And that's how we prefer you anyway, isn't it? So, it's all good.
Climbing the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sort of like, it's just all moving. I don't know why, but for some reason I decided to move my head in a swaying motion as if I was reading the walls.
Whatever works. It's when the walls start melting, that's when you've got a real problem. That's when you've not had enough caffeine.
Yeah. It's a bit like when you've had too much to drink and you look up at the ceiling, when you're in bed or whatever.
God, the spinning,
the
whirling pit. Oh, yeah, I've got many wonderful memories of that one.
Oh, God, me too. I mean, I don't really drink anymore. No, it's not by choice. It's just. Well, I suppose it is by choice in some ways, but it's just that it naturally happened. You know what I mean? I drank so much when I was a teenager, I'm probably not really that bothered about it anymore. But I definitely remember moments like that where it's just like, oh God, if I shut my eyes, will it make it stop?
I was going to say, I can generally remember I've never done and I've never understood the drinking to the point where you can't remember things. No. I've never done that. I generally have, even when I was absolutely out of my mind drunk, I have recall, even now, strangely of it. But yeah, it's never, I've always found this idea of drinking to the point where you can't remember how you got home or things you did must be personally terrifying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got the opposite, that I literally remember everything, and there's things that I probably would like to have forgotten.
Well, yes. Don't we all? Things we shouldn't have done.
So, what have you been watching lately, James?
Well, after a prolonged period of peer pressure, I started, and I'm not just saying to try and test this thing. I have started watching Stranger Things. I like it. I'm looking forward to getting to, I think it'd be series 4, will it? When Kate Bush becomes important to it, because everyone's been going on about the fact Kate Bush is in it.
Something to do with her is in it.
Her music will, not her, but her music will have some involvement. Hence why, if you'd follow me, I posted the Alan Partridge stuff. The only true man to have really done justice to Kate Bush and shown the importance of her music, in my opinion. No, I'm enjoying that.
Just sticking with Stranger Things. What was it you said in the chat that, after, because I put up a post on the Facebook page, didn't I, just to get everybody to, bully you into watching it. Because to be honest, I was like, it's everything to do with the 80s. It's kind of supernatural and geeky. And I'm like, this is everything that James would love. Do you know what I mean? Or at least
Even my friend Mike made that point, didn't he? He was like, you love it. It's 80s stuff. And it is. I totally dig it. Because it's, there's an element of, what's it called? Oh, God. That gives me elements of Stand By Me in it, and I love I'm enjoying it, but you're going to have to remind me, what did I put? Was it something like I wouldn't watch it on the principle that everyone asked me to watch it?
Yeah, that was pretty much what you said. It's like, my rebellious nature is that I don't want to watch it now because everyone's telling me to. It's like, James, watch it. And then my mum threatened to take you off the inheritance list, even though you're not on it. Sorry to tell you.
Well, that's what your mum wants you to think.
Oh, I see.
Me and her, quietly, house all of it coming to me. It's all good. It's all good.
Well,
I won't kick you out, I promise. I'll just charge you whatever the highest level of rent possible is.
Oh, right, thanks. So here it's like $1 million. Won't get me started on that. Actually, I will get started on that. But,
Go on.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt our TV talk at the moment, but it's I was just happening to be flicking through, seeing what the comparison was. Like, if I was to ever, if I wanted to sort of move into a flat, and in Poole or Weymouth, because I work in Poole, live in Weymouth currently, but obviously if I was going to get a flat, more than likely I'd go up to Poole because of the petrol costs and whatnot.
Makes sense.
Yes, so I looked at that, and on the website at the time, for a studio flat which was tiny in a dodgy area, it was $750 a month, and that's obviously no bills included. Have to pay bills and stuff on top. But again, it was like a real shitty location, and it was a really tiny little place. I didn't look at it, but I looked at it through pictures and stuff like that. But then I had a quick look because I thought to myself, right, I'm going to have a look where James is and see, as a comparison, how much like, flats and stuff like that would be up there. If I was to come up north, I could rent a 2-bedroom flat for £525 a month.
And we're a nice area, so the trick is aim for a really shitty area around here and you'd be quids in.
Yeah, but I even looked in, that's what I mean. I even looked in your immediate area. I don't know if you want me to tell where it is right now.
No, don't do, but go on. Yeah. Don't want anyone camping out on the effing lawn.
I'm gonna tell you all James's address.
Exact postcode address. The exact things on a map. Yeah, the exact location area.
Yeah. It's the house has got a name. It's Low Withoutums. Low Withoutums. There you go.
Low Withoutums, the neighbour's address, which explains why they keep getting all my mail.
Loathed if you do and loathed if you don't. That's what the address is.
Low Withoutums sounds like an illness.
It does, doesn't it? It does.
Some sort of like thing from the medieval period that really finished you off.
So going back to Stranger Things, where are you at with Stranger Things then?
Not far enough. I'm only about 3 episodes in.
Okay.
Because I got pulled off to watching all loads of different things. No, that's not a sex joke before anybody jumps on it. But no, I intend to properly get into watching it. Other stuff I've watched is I'm getting towards the end of something called The Offer, which is about the making of The Godfather. And I have, even though I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, I have been watching Obi-Wan, which the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Very violent and enjoyable.
Do you feel like you need to have a knowledge of Star Wars to sort of enjoy that one or not?
If you went into it with absolutely no knowledge of who the characters are, you'd be absolutely screwed. If you didn't know who Darth Vader is, and yeah. My knowledge is very minimal, so I think you'd probably be okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I mean, mine is probably just a little bit below minimal, but but yeah, I've got probably enough to sort of get by.
It's all right if you know who the guy called Darth Vader is and Obi-Wan Kenobi, you'll be all right. I think that's what they're called anyway. I don't know. I just know some bloke out of Trainspotting's in it.
Yes, I do. It's Ewan McGregor, isn't it?
Ewan McGruger.
So what else have you been watching?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I've watched a few different films. What about yourself? Yeah, I think those are the main crux of things that I've enjoyed watching. What about you?
Yeah,
Jen?
I have watched obviously season 4 of Stranger Things, but I won't talk about that because
there's a fourth season. That my mind is blown.
Yeah, did I actually say season as well then?
Yeah. Do we do season or do we do series?
No, we do series. So I should have. Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell myself off for that one in a minute. But yeah. So there's a 4th season series. I just did it again.
I'm shocked and or horrified. Awful, shocking.
No, it's it's amazing. What I would say is that when you get to season, oh for fuck's sake, oh god, today for some reason I'm American, everyone. So
series.
When you get to series 3, that wasn't my favorite
right,
series.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's still, you need to watch it to, obviously it carries on the story and whatnot. So, but anyway, what else have I watched? I've watched The Boys.
Oh God, that's what I've been watching. Oh my God, I've been watching that as well. Yeah. That is messed up. That's just so messed up.
Because is that series 3 or series 2? No, series 3, isn't it?
I think it's series 3. And interestingly, when you speak of The Boys, our co-host is going to be dressing up as Maeve, which should be interesting. I think that's in the offing.
Ah, nice. But yeah, I've actually, do you know what? After the last series, because series 2, I absolutely hated it. I couldn't get through it. I mean, I did, but I was really, really pushing myself to get through it and watch it. So I was really, really on the fence to watch the latest one. But oh my God, I mean,
Dear God, just the opening. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so, yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about it so much, but I also don't want to talk about it because I don't want anyone to, I want it to sort of be spoiler free and whatnot. But oh my God, that in the first 5 minutes that happened, you know what I mean? And it's like,
it's so bad that people have actually been complaining about it.
oh, you serious?
Yeah. No, but think about it. It makes sense. It doesn't. I honestly can understand why people have complained, though, because it's like, not just that. I think in general, the level of violence and things, it's like, oh my, I get it.
Yeah, but I love that.
I wouldn't complain myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was episode 2 or episode 3 when they went to the theme park that was like everything is acceptable. I was like, oh God, this bit could have been wiped out.
It was so realistic though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's inclusive, all the smiling, happy dancing stuff. There's that element that makes me laugh. It also, watching it has made me think, I'm going to properly have to do cosplay at some point.
Yes.
And I think a very obvious one for me is Homelander.
I really think you could pull that one off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep talking over the top of you today.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all good. But yeah, Homelander is one that I would, if I can get the costume, that would be quite a good one to give a shot.
Yeah, I mean, you could always make it.
It'd look terrible, but I could try.
It wouldn't necessarily if you put the time in. You've got somebody who you can contact for help. I mean, Joanne's obviously in an island, but she can still give you tips and stuff, can't she?
Well, I think I'd pretty much be on the phone to her and Maison Decatur helps her on like a 24-hour basis. They'd be like, James, we are not your sewing support. Piss off.
So shall I dress up as what's her name, Starlight or whatever her name is?
Yes. Or alternatively, dress up as who's the woman who was like what was she? I've gone blank on characters. There's Maeve, Starlight, and there's the crazy Nancy woman.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll probably stay clear of that one. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, I could do that one. Or I could be the Chinese girl.
Yes.
Because I like her. Especially with episode 4 with the with the party that she attended.
We can't give away too much.
No, I know.
We can't give away too much.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd be careful dressing up as a Chinese character. You could be seen to be race insensitive with cultural appropriation.
I know. Well, that or be a Nazi, apparently, and I don't want to be either.
Or a real simple one. You could dress up as the woman who is like the deputy.
Okay, or I could just be Starlight. I mean, I wanted to be Starlight. Can I not be Starlight?
Of course you can be Starlight. I'm just giving you a list of... there's only so many female characters in it, so I'm just going through them all.
Okay, well, no, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to go as... I've forgotten his name, but say Aquaman. Not Aquaman, but, whatever the fish guy is.
Yes. Well, actually, yeah. To be fair, with the way things are now, you can be whatever gender you want, whichever race you want. So, yeah, actually, yeah. So you could go as that and I could go as Starlight. There we go. Job's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got the hair.
No one can tell us anything otherwise.
No, I've been growing my beard in and my moustache in ready.
God, what is he called? The Aquaman ripoff.
Yeah. I forgot what his name. Oh, the Deep, isn't it? But yeah.
We don't want to spoil it too much, but he has a very interesting relationship with Octopus.
Yes, definitely. Oh my God, that was horrendous. Like so funny, but horrendous at the same time. But there was also, in episode 4, there was also a really, really funny part that anybody who listens to the Ralph Report, Ralph Garman's show on Patreon, would know that would be a funny part because basically Eddie Pence, who again is, well, you know who Eddie is yourself, don't you? But Eddie is Ralph's co-host. And there's this song that he absolutely hates. And it's I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, that girl is poison. Whatever.
I'm as lost as you are, Salty Tadpoles.
No, most, to be honest, any of the people who like listen to the Ralph Report or Ramble, they're going to know what I'm referring to. So anyway, there's this song that he absolutely hates because his brother used to play it all the time when they were kids. Anyway, so you know when she is Chinese, isn't she? Or Asian.
I believe so, yeah.
Let's say Asian. When the Asian girl is going to the party and she gets out of the car and then that song plays.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So that really, really made me laugh because I was just like, oh my God, Eddie would hate this.
Well, do you know what? I can give you an even I can do what I always do, which I can find you a DC link. Because
I don't want
she
you to.
is, no, well, tough, TS. She is in Suicide Squad.
Oh, is she?
Plays Katana, yeah, in the Suicide Squad film.
In the good Suicide Squad or the bad Suicide Squad?
In my opinion, I actually prefer the first Suicide Squad.
Oh, really?
I didn't mind the sequel, but I prefer the original. But, you know, that's just the way I am, baby.
Yes, you are. You're rebellious.
If you like it, if you people like it, I've got to dislike it.
I know. But thank God you finally listened. I had to get a whole army of people behind me, but you finally listened.
Well, it's just so I can go and play in the woods on a bike and pretend I'm a child again.
Exactly. The other thing that I'd been watching as well, you probably won't be interested in, but I've been watching the second series of Bridgerton, which wasn't as good as the first one.
I've not. I think I know what it is, but I've not seen it. No.
Yeah, to be honest, it's that kind of cheesy kind of girly program, but sometimes I need that kind of thing, you know. But you lose yourself in it, sort of thing. It's all the romance, but it's also it is kind of cool in some ways because it's like Victorian era kind of characters, but then there's like, you know, when any music is playing or whatever, when they go to their like parties or whatever, they're all modern day songs, but just done with like violin and stuff, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool twist. But yeah, I mean, got an itchy foot. Yeah, that was sorry. My itchy foot was more exciting. But yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was okay. It was what it was. But there was nothing to get overly excited about. So
cool.
Yeah. There is something else as well, but I just can't think what it is right now. So yeah.
I mean, the hardest thing I found watching Stranger Things is the fact that David Harbour's in it.
Yeah. Which
just makes me think of Lily Allen. So I have to get past that emotional, painful moment.
Are they married or something? Or
yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And it's also, you know, the fact that the one thing that did cause me some emotional pain and problems when I was at my birthday party that Lyndon threw for me is he did play Morrissey. But I think he was doing that to punish me.
Probably, yeah.
That's what I said to Simon anyway. I said, you play this note that I hate Morrissey.
It's all about you, James, though, you know?
It is, yeah.
No, it's not all about you.
It is all about me, damn it. Copernicus has called, and I am actually the centre of the universe.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about you, James, but that sounds like a really good way to end this episode. I don't think we can get much better than that, do you?
I don't think we can.
No, James is there we go. That's got to be an episode title as well. James is the centre of the universe.
Damn right.
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed.
Yes. So in that case then, James, I think we've been talking enough codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have been practically perfect in every way like Mary Poppins, but I'm James.
You dickhead. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye. Newsflash, we're back.
Yeah, don't worry, people. She hasn't gone mad. Well, not entirely mad.
Not entirely mad, no.
Not entirely, just partly.
Well, there's a reason why we're doing a part 2, which is obviously tagging on to the end of what we've already recorded. It's for following day, just so that everybody knows. The window is still open, so background noise may be heard. And basically, the wonderful and amazing Lucy Caton sent us a story, and I just could not resist recording, doing a little bit more just so that we could actually read this story. But when I thought about that, I thought there was a couple of things that I forgot as well. So I thought, well, why not? Why not record the story at the end? But then also I'm just going to tell you a little bit about a couple of things that I missed off, basically. So,
okay.
Yeah. So this is only going to be a little short bit, hopefully, but you never know. It might be that the episode that was originally going to be 40 minutes is now an hour and a half. You never know.
Be interesting.
Yeah. I remember that I told you that I had a funny story that I was going to tell you.
You did?
Yes. Yeah.
Please tell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny in the sense of ha asshole kind of thing, really. So,
okay.
I was sorry to bring up the P word as in petrol again, but sometimes in life you have to bring up the word petrol. So basically I was queuing up for some petrol. This was the day before the petrol went up, because James very kindly told me that the prices were going to go up. So thank you for that. And, I was queuing up and I was just, one car behind another car basically. And so I assume it was a she, but anyway, it doesn't matter. That car moved on to, because they'd finished. So I went to take the space, but I was going to take the space in front, but there was a cone there. So I was like, right, okay, well, there's a cone there for a reason. Obviously, I'll just park up with this one. The car behind me was like, sort of out of their window was like, fuck's sake, but doing it sort of under their breath. As in, stupid female drivers, why wouldn't they move forward to the other space, blah, 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 blah. So he thinks that I haven't heard him, and he definitely was a he. And so I'm just sort of carrying on. I'm thinking, la, 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 la. And then, obviously, again, because I could see this cone, he couldn't see the cone, but logic would set in to say that there's a reason why that person hasn't moved forward to the front petrol pump. Do you not think?
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, it would with me anyway. So he starts driving around my car to take the space. And he's like going the whole time. And then he sees the cone and he's like, oh. And he has to reverse back, and I just looked at him and shook my head, and I was just like, ass. I didn't say it, but, I just did the whole, oh, what an asshole.
Yeah. I bet he was feeling rather foolish.
Yeah, definitely. So I was just like, la, 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 carried on filling up my tank, But yeah, it was really funny at the situation at the moment, at the time, sorry. So it was, I don't know if it comes across as being really, really funny, but it was a real in your face moment to an arsehole.
It's one of those strange situations, isn't it? Where you just know it's going to happen. Yeah, it would be more fun if you'd just not been able to go anywhere and had to go back round and join a queue or something.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been amazing. I would have loved that moment. But no, sadly, that didn't happen. He could reverse. So, but yeah, seriously, I was like, And the other thing, I remembered the other program that I'd been watching as well.
Okay.
So this one I really, really loved, and it was called Pistol on Disney Plus. So it's basically it's the story of the Sex Pistols, so their rise and fall that happened very, very quickly, and it was a really, really good watch, and it had Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones in it. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you?
I didn't know.
No, okay. I'm not going to force you to watch that one.
Yeah, that's not going to happen in any shape or form. I'm not going to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay.
But yeah, go on, Sex Pistols.
Yeah, but it was really amazing. And it was like when I was watching her, I was, because her name came up obviously in the titles at the end, but I was like, which one was her then? And it didn't look like her at all. I kind of realised after sort of Googling which one she was, but it's, it was a really, really great performance from all of the actors and actresses in it as well. And it had have you ever seen Love Actually?
Many, many moons ago.
Yeah, but the kid who's the drummer, who's like a real nerdy kid.
Not particularly. Is it Liam Neeson's son?
It might be. What in Love Actually? Do you mean?
Yeah, in the film.
Yes. Yeah, so he's in love and he loves a girl that has to go home, if you remember. Maybe.
Vaguely, yeah. I think we have got the right person. Possibly.
Yeah. So like little nerdy kid with glasses and stuff like that. Well, anyway, he's in this and he's like, it's amazing to sort of see him because he's like 30 years on sort of thing. And his performance was incredible as well. So I really highly recommend that, even if you're not a massive fan of the Sex Pistols, because I mean, I am. So, but they literally cover everything, warts and all kind of thing as well. So, but it is so cleverly acted and, it's really good performances. So I highly recommend watching that one. Yeah. And it's only like 8 episodes. So, it's really not a long frog in my throat, not a long one, not at all. So,
okay.
Yeah.
No, it definitely sounds interesting. I'll have a look for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Where has this frog come from? Rib it off.
I do not know. Oh dear. That's puntastic.
Oh, and you're putting your coffee cup down?
That's true. That's just kicking my weight, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I forget that you're a manly man and you do weights.
When I can, when I have the energy to.
Yeah. It's all an illusion, Salty Tadpoles. It's just to give the illusion that he actually is, like a big bodybuilder type.
Yeah. If only.
Well, so those are my 2 things that I forgot to mention on the previous half of the episode that we recorded. So did you want to provide us with the story of the week that the amazing Lucy Caton provided? And also, can I just add as well that the amazing, and she really is amazing today, Lucy, well, she's always amazing anyway, but the amazing Lucy Caton managed to get us Foo Fighters tickets.
Well done.
Yeah,
well done,
so I'm super happy. Yeah, we're sitting and it's fairly towards the back, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be there, so that's the main thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Without further ado, here's the story. So, a man, and I just like to point out, it is in the Metro, so it's going to be incredibly well written.
Yeah.
Man buys fish, and we're only printing this because of the pictures.
Although, I have to argue, the Metro would have printed it anyway, wouldn't they?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. So it says, a fishmonger buying fish would not normally make national news. But this is no ordinary fish, and these are not ordinary pictures. Campbell Mickle, 51, was so proud of his 150-kilogram bluefin tuna, he called up a photographer before selling it to a fancy sushi restaurant in Edinburgh. The man he tasked with chopping up the 7-foot beast was master fileter William Elliott. At 5 foot 5 inches tall, the 48-year-old Scot was dwarfed by the giant fish on the floor of Eddie's seafood market. Armed with a razor-sharp filleting knife, Mr. Elliott looks more like a newlywed on their honeymoon as he snuggles up to the tuna. Yeah, that's not unnerving, is it? No. It took him 2 hours to expertly fillet the fish into pieces before Mr. Mikel could sell it on for thousands. Mr. Mikel said he would not normally advocate eating bluefin, but this was not an endangered wild fish. He was captured at a young age and farmed in a pen in the Mediterranean. I've got a frog now. Until it matured and fattened up. You can't comprehend the size of this fish until you see it in real life, Mr. Mikel said. He spent nearly 3 months sourcing the tuna, which will be super frozen and minus 60 degrees centigrade to protect its quality for the chefs at Bentoya and Kenji sushi restaurants. And there's lots of pictures of the man with the fish. Bluefin is as good as it gets for sushi chefs, but soaring demand for its prized flesh has contributed to overfishing and illegal black market. We don't normally deal with bluefin tuna, Mr. McKell said, but because this was a farm product, I wanted to try it. For a sushi restaurant, this fish is as good as it gets, the creme de la creme. It's their lobster, caviar and champagne all in one meal. And that is the end of the article.
Well, that's the end of the article, but I think we need to discuss what the pictures were as well, because
it's the end of the fish as well. Let's be honest. I mean, the fish is dead.
Yeah.
It's,
but it's more. I mean, the article was quite comical in itself, but it's more the photos, isn't it? That I think we should describe them to the salty tadpoles.
Well, the fish is taller than if I was lying next to it, it's taller than me.
Yeah.
It's 7 foot. So he's 5'5", so he's not gigantically tall, but it dwarfs him. It's a huge fish. They've even, I assume when they were killing it or something, they've put a cut in the tail, but it's just massive, isn't it? I'm more unnerved that he's seen hugging it, though.
That's what I mean.
No, I'm just scared he's been doing weird things with the fish. I certainly hope not.
Well, it's like there's one photo of him where he's lying next to it on the side, and he's got his arm against his head and he's really posing with it, sort of thing, and really hugging the fish. So
I get it. He's got to show the size comparison, but I mean it is massive.
Yeah,
truly massive fish.
It is, yeah. And the next photo is him looking as though he's riding the fish, but in a very dodgy way.
Dear me. Dear me. Yeah.
It is funny. The photos are really, really funny. So we'll try and put them up on social media because they are, well, for the most part, they're funny. One of them is just him sort of cutting the fish's head off. But, it's, he definitely has got himself a good deal there.
Yeah, and the William is definitely, he's got a sense of humour. I like it.
Yes.
I do like it, but it's a hell of a fish. Yeah, hell of a fish.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we're a fish podcast, so to speak.
We are, so it's perfect for us.
Yeah, we can't not have a story that is about, we weren't going to have a story at all. But, Lucy sent it across and we had to do a story about a fish,
You certainly did. Thank you for sending us it.
Yeah, definitely. And more importantly, thank you for getting the Foo Fighters tickets. So, in that case then, James, I really think that we've been talking enough Codswallop for this week. And for next week, because remember, we're off next week. So,
very true. Very true.
We're really going to go this time. And I have been Gemma.
I have, as always, been James.
Really, bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.